Thank you, President. My question is for the Attorney-General. The recent High Court decision of Bird and DP held that the Roman Catholic Diocese of Ballarat could not be held vicariously liable for known historical child sexual abuse because Father Coffey was not an employee. For many survivors of historical child sexual abuse committed in the church or other non-employment settings like foster care and scouts, this decision limits their ability to access justice. In their ruling, the High Court noted that any reformulation of the law would be the responsibility of the legislator. So I ask, will you actively consider legislative reforms to address this step backwards for survivors of institutional child sexual abuse accessing justice?
Minister.
Thank you, President. I thank Ms Payne for her question, and the short and simple answer to your question is yes. To give you some context to where I'm up to in that process, I want to acknowledge that victims and survivors who have been impacted by this decision, it's profound. They have trauma, long existing trauma, and this decision I know has had an immense impact. In fact, I was first alerted to this decision from a victim survivor who let me know what had happened and the impact on the community that he seeks to advocate for. Since the decision, I've had a lot of people contact me across the legal profession to raise concerns about the decision. As you've indicated, the High Court has indicated that this is a legislative fix, not a legal fix. That's not as straightforward as it sounds. There is consideration of federal laws, whether that's employment laws and IR laws, and then obviously the Wrongs Act reforms, which was something that we brought in 2017, and considerations of retrospectivity is not something that I can make commitments to now. It'll have to undertake a lot of consultation. I can confirm to the House that we had the Standing Committee of Attorney Generals on Friday, where I raised this matter because it's not just confined to Victoria, it is a matter for all jurisdictions. I've been tasked with leading the work on bringing some material back to that committee, and we meet in February, and I will be taking the opportunity to hear from the legal sector in particular, because they will give me lots of different views and they'll all disagree with one another about potentially what the best fix is. But I want to have an open discussion about how we can address this, but I want to do it in a way that involves a lot of consultation as well. I'm conscious of the impact, I'm conscious of the need, but unintended consequences in this space is something that we can't rush into, unfortunately. I wish there was a quick fix, I really do, but we're going to take some time and I want to consult broadly, and that's the commitment that I gave SCAG to do. Even mixed views from different attorneys across the board on what to do, when and how. So hopefully that gives you a bit of a snapshot of where I'm up to.
Ms Payne, supplementary.
I thank the attorney for her response, and it actually answered my supplementary question as well, so thank you.